Alrighty. How are we feeling, Knicks fans? This series is over. The Knicks have taken down the Hawks in 6 games, and this game tonight was an absolute massacre. Absolute massacre. We are live right now on my Twitter, the Fireside Knicks YouTube, and just now the Fireside Knicks Instagram. Shout out to everybody who is in the chat already. This is a very fun day in New York Knicks land, taking down the Atlanta Hawks, not just winning the series, but in the fashion that they did today. That was absolute belt that the Knicks handed to those guys today. From start to finish, they were up 40-15 after the first quarter. The game was over then, but the Knicks did not let up. They ended up going up by 61 points at some point in this game. That is the largest playoff lead for any team in the play-by-play era. And the Knicks also had the largest halftime lead in NBA playoff history, being up 47 points at halftime. This was also the largest win in Knicks playoff history, 51 points. Just an absolute dominant win. Domination from start to finish. And the Knicks tonight looked like they were out there for some blood. And they got that and then some. This was a terrific win. And not just a terrific win in general, but one that obviously ends the series and sends Atlanta packing. So great win there. And of course, as I, am getting on this live right now, I see that the Philadelphia 76ers are up by 15 over the Boston Celtics with just over 2 minutes left in that game. So it looks like that series might be heading to a game 7. So now there is a legitimate possibility that we will end up facing the Philadelphia 76ers in the second round as opposed to the Boston Celtics, which many people assumed we were going to be playing after the Celtics were up 3-1 in that series. And obviously, the Celtics could still win Game 7. That game will be at the TD Garden if there is, in fact, a Game 7. It's not confirmed yet. The game's not over, but it's looking like that'll be the case. And once that's confirmed, I'll make sure to notify all of you guys. But anyways, just moving off past that, looking at this Knicks game tonight, I mean, I can't even point out one guy. The entire team showed up tonight, and the entire Hawks team did not show up. Everybody did something positive tonight for the New York Knicks. OG Anunoby led the way with 29 points, 4 steals, and a block, but he only played 27 minutes. There was not a single Knicks player tonight that played above 29 minutes, and that leader in minutes was, of course, Jalen Brunson, who had 17 points, 8 assists, was a plus 41. OG, who I just mentioned, was a team high plus 42. All of the starters were plus 30 or above, plus 35 or above, actually. All 5 starters also scored in double figures. We rarely saw any of the starters in the second half because, well, we didn't need to see them. They were up by so much the entire game that we probably could have thrown out 5 viewers right now on the court and probably still won the game by like 25. So, what a win tonight. Fantastic win. There is nothing to complain about when you have a game like this, and there's really nothing I can complain about over the last 3 games. The last 3 games, the Knicks have just straight up dominated the Atlanta Hawks. They have outscored them by nearly 100 points in combined over the last 3 games, in those final 3 games of the series, I should say, winning games 4 and 5 by well over 20 plus points, and then tonight by 51 points. They look completely different these last 3 games. They look like a team that wants it, a team that wants to win a title. They look phenomenal on both ends of the floor. And I think that's what's really important. When the Knicks were at their peak earlier this year, the reason they were doing so well is because of their defensive turnaround. They were already a very elite offense, but their defense was something that wasn't so good in the first half of the year, but became elite in the second half of the year. And these last 3 games, we saw that. We saw that elite defensive play from pretty much everybody. And the person that I really want to highlight that has made the biggest leap, and of course is the biggest difference maker on the defensive side, is Karl-Anthony Towns. Tonight, he had 3 steals and a block and did some great job underneath the rim, deterring a bunch of shots from Atlanta. He had a triple-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. He only made 1 shot, which I think is pretty funny considering that he had 12 points. I mean, and he had 10 made free throws, but he was perfect from the free throw line. But looking aside from the points, the rebounding, the passing, the defensive leap, he's becoming an all-around threat, and that's exactly what the Knicks have needed out of him for the longest of time. And with the way he's been playing lately, man, if he keeps playing like this team can seriously go far. I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself because the Knicks still do have another round to play very soon. And of course, they have, 2 more rounds to win to even make it to the NBA Finals. But with all that being said, with the way they've been playing right now, I mean, this is terrific. What they've been doing is just outstanding, especially on the defensive side, and I really have no complaints about it. Um, just an unreal win. I mean, I'm still in shock that they won this game by so many points. This was insane. Somebody just asked if Mitchell Robinson would be available because of a possible suspension. So for those who did not see what happened, Mitchell Robinson and Dyson Daniels kind of got into it in the second quarter when the Knicks were up by 50. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Knicks were up by 50 in the second quarter. The score was 72-22, which sounds like a 2K score. I don't even know if I can. I don't even know if I ran with my rec squad on 2K. I don't even know if we'd go up by 50 points that soon. But anyways, they were up by that much, and Mitchell Robinson, Dyson Daniels kind of got into it, and it resulted in both players, Daniels and Robinson, from getting ejected. It was a pretty serious brawl. It wasn't like punches being thrown, but a lot of shoving, a lot of chirping. I don't think Mitchell Robinson will get suspended though. If he gets suspended for that game, I would be extremely surprised. I think he'll get fined, absolutely, for getting ejected, but if he gets suspended for a game, I'll be a little disappointed in that kind of decision. I don't think that warrants a suspension, really. I would like to think it does not. So we'll just wait for the league's hearing on that. But I would like to think Mitchell Robinson will be around for game one. If he is not around for game one of the second round, I'll be a little disappointed. But um, it is what it is. We move. Um, yeah, someone said he won't be suspended, just ejected. I mean, I don't expect him to be suspended either. People kept bringing it up, and I know I mentioned it too, but I don't think he'll get suspended. I'll be a little surprised if he does. Um, Anyways, though, guys, this is definitely a good time for me to pass to you guys in the comments, especially those on Instagram. We just hit 40K followers yesterday, and I do want to say real quick, thank you guys so much for that. You guys have been awesome with the support this year on this page and throughout the entire season, and of course in this playoff run. I love bringing Knicks content to you guys every single day. I love it. I absolutely love it, and I love being a fan of this team as well, covering them for you guys, and getting 40K followers in basically year 2 of this page being ran full time by me is incredible. I really can't thank the people enough for that. I can't. I can only say it so many times. It still wouldn't be enough. It doesn't just mean a lot to me, though. It means a lot to everybody who's contributed to this project, from top to bottom, from Alex Wilson, our CEO, from Johnny, who joined the FSK team earlier this year, even from our other guys who have helped contribute, such as Anthony Rivardo, who is the host of Fireside Giants, and of course everybody else who has contributed with Empire Sports Media. It means a lot to everybody, and everyone deserves credit for helping us get to 40K followers. It really does mean a lot. So thank you guys so much for that. But anyways, moving on from the 40K little celebration, if you want to call it that, let's pass to some comments from you guys talking about this game, because you guys have had a lot to say, especially in the Instagram comments. And as I do approach these comments, I'm looking at the Philadelphia 76ers score right now, and they're up by 17 with 1:13 left. So I think it's safe to say that the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics will be playing in a Game 7 on Saturday. So that game will hold a lot of meaning for the Knicks. So make sure we will be sure to be on top of that. I will make sure I am on top of that as well, keeping up with that game and getting you guys prepared for whatever may come, because now it seems like a realistic possibility that we could end up playing Philly again, which would be a pretty fun, exciting playoff rematch, but definitely a different type of look than we expect. A lot of people were expecting us to play Boston, and for all we know, we still could play Boston. All they need to do is win on Saturday, but anything can happen in a Game 7, and I'm glad the Knicks did not find themselves in a Game 7. That's most important. Anyways, though, I will stop yapping now and kind of look towards some of the comments. Somebody just said, if Embiid is healthy, I'm low-key more scared of Philly than Boston, but still know that we would win that series. I get it. And Philly does, Philly has given us problems, especially like Tyrese Maxey, really fast, twitchy guard who has always given us problems. Joel Embiid could give Karl-Anthony Towns some issues as well in a full series. VJ Edgecombe is quietly becoming a Knicks killer. So that would be tough, definitely. They're not your average 7 seed when they're healthy. And, of course, you can't forget about Paul George as well. So that's a good team. But I think, though, just if you have the opportunity to play a 7 seed, that means you have home court advantage in the second round, which the Knicks as a 3 seed did not seem like that was going to be the case. So you take that opportunity. I do think the Knicks can still take down Philadelphia if they end up playing them. I don't think it suddenly becomes a tougher matchup. I think the Knicks match up well with both the Celtics and the Sixers. I know some people may say they match up better with Boston than Philly, but I see no reason why the Knicks should not be able to beat Philadelphia if they do match up with them in the second round. But we will not know that answer until Saturday night. So when that series does get confirmed, maybe I will do a live stream. I will see. Maybe I'll do it Sunday. I will definitely keep you guys informed though, all across the platforms for who our second round matchup will end up being. So we will see what happens there with that. Let's see what else you guys have been saying. Someone said 76ers for sure. They also lack front court depth and they have no transition D. Embiid's legs will be shot. Can't handle Cat and Mitch. I think a Knicks healthy team would definitely give problems for Joel Embiid. And if you guys do remember from the playoff series 2 years ago when the Knicks matched up with Philadelphia, Mitchell Robinson gave Embiid a lot of problems. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson got hurt in that series, but he did give Embiid a lot of fits. And Joel Embiid is still obviously battling some injuries. He just came back from an appendectomy. He missed a couple games in this first round series against Boston with that, and Philadelphia actually stole a game without him. So that's a big reason why Philadelphia is in this position right now. They were able to steal a game from Boston without Joel Embiid. So we'll see what happens in the coming days and weeks, but definitely something to monitor now moving forward because it's not a guarantee anymore that we end up playing Boston. So we will see. We shall see what happens there. Somebody asked, do I think Detroit will come back or will Orlando close that series out? I got to be honest. I think Orlando wins tomorrow night. I believe Game 6 is tomorrow night for that series. I think they end up winning tomorrow night. I think the Pistons are in trouble. I think the Pistons' biggest flaws have been exposed. I mean, it took a near 50 ball from Cade to beat a Magic team that did not have Franz Wagner. And I know Franz Wagner is not going to be playing tomorrow night for Orlando, but if Paolo's going to keep playing like that, and if Orlando shoots the ball as well as they did in Game 5, despite them losing, I think they're going to end up taking Detroit. I do. I mean, they're still up in the series 3-2, so I think it's fair for me to favor them in that game. And if Detroit ends up winning game 6, then it's all up for grabs because then that's another Game 7 in the Eastern Conference. So should be fun. Someone said the 76ers just won. Yeah, I see that. So Game 7 of that series will be on Saturday, so that is certainly going to be one to be monitoring. That will definitely be a game to be monitoring. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube or Twitter, please make sure you subscribe to the Fireside Knicks YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter at DylanBackerESM. To the Instagram viewers, same thing. Follow me on Twitter at DylanBackerESM. I'm also on Instagram at DylanBackerESM. Follow Fireside Knicks on all of our platforms as well. Of course, the Instagram as well. Follow us everywhere. Like, comment, share this stream, repost, subscribe, do all that stuff. The support still means a ton to me and everybody else who helps us out here. So would really appreciate that. And feel free to leave a comment as well if you are watching this on Twitter or YouTube. I know the bulk of the viewers are on Instagram, but this stream is also on. I do all these streams also on Twitter and YouTube as well. So there's never a place where you can miss these streams. Never. Someone said Mikhail finally played well tonight. Thank God. He was great. He was fantastic. Everybody was fantastic. There was not a single player that I could look at tonight and say they played bad. Every single player tonight was outstanding. And I do apologize if you hear a vacuum in the background. Someone in my house is vacuuming, so hopefully it's not too loud. Someone said the Pistons crack under pressure hard. It seems like it. I mean, I'm surprised that the Pistons are in the position they're in right now. I am very surprised about that. Game 7, Sixers, Celtics, who you got? Good question. I think the Celtics end up winning Game 7 just because it's at the TD Garden. I don't think Boston's going to let themselves blow a 3-1 lead. But you never know. Philadelphia's now got confidence, and all they need to do now is win one game. So certainly now, like I said, something to monitor now. This is this has been one of the most intriguing Eastern Conference playoffs in a very long time. The East is literally wide open. It's wide open. Thoughts on Cleveland and Toronto? That series has surprisingly been good too. When that series was 2-0, I said the series could have been an email, but um, it became a very competitive series, and the home team has won each game, so that series could easily go to 7. Um, that's been an interesting series, but I think though I don't see either one of those two teams though making it past the Eastern Conference Finals if they get there. So um, definitely something to watch though. Someone said nobody got hurt. Yes, good. I'm very glad that everyone came out of this game healthy, and most importantly, we were able to give some guys some rest. Because I know Josh Hart was banged up; he was questionable with a back injury, and he still ended up playing. He didn't have to play a whole ton of minutes because we blew him out so badly. So, um, always good when we can do that. Someone said we could feasibly win the East. Oh yeah, definitely. The way they've been playing, I believe they definitely can. These last 3 games have been the best, arguably the best 3-game stretch that the Knicks have had all year, honestly. So, um, let's keep it up. Let's keep the ball rolling. Someone said, "Who do I think the easier matchup in the second round would be?" Good question. I just talked about it briefly, but I think it would be Philly. I really think it would be Philadelphia. Um, as good as Tyrese Maxey is, I think the Knicks can stop him. I do, and I think this team is better than that 24 team, talent-wise, that played Philadelphia. And that 24 team was also injured, didn't have Julius Randle that entire series, and they still took down Philly, in 6 games. So, and really, it should have been 5 if Tyrese Maxey didn't, have some heroics in Game 5 of that series. So, um, I would not be worried if we played Philadelphia. And if we play Boston, I do think we can beat them, but I think that series would be a little bit more competitive. I think that could go either way. So, someone said, I'm happy New York advanced, but the way they played tonight, they should have been a sweep. It really should have been a sweep, honestly. This series should have been a sweep, but um, it's the playoffs. It's tough. You're gonna have heartbreakers. It's all about how you bounce back. And credit to the Knicks. I gave them a lot of crap after they lost game 3, excuse me. After they lost game 3, I gave them a lot of crap. I was very upset about that, and I was concerned about how they'd bounce back from adversity. But they answered the call. They did exactly what I wanted them to do, and they came out swinging tonight. One of the probably honestly that is one of the most dominant wins, not just in Knicks playoff history, in NBA playoff history. That is one of the biggest wins ever in playoff history. And for Atlanta, that's probably their most embarrassing loss ever. I mean, maybe there's one that from way back when that I just don't know about because I'm just too young, but um, that's an embarrassing way to go out on your home court and you lose by 51 and you were down by 61 at one point in the game. That's embarrassing. Those guys went out sad. Um, Look, the Hawks won 2 games and they had a great season. They had a great bounce back season from a season that looked dead in the water, but man, that is an awful way to go out if you're Atlanta. That is terrible. Just give me one moment, guys. I will get back to your comments in just a second. I will get to your comments just one moment. All right. Anyways, let's see what else you guys have been saying. Someone said, Dylan, man, I just want to say congratulations on 40K. All your content is going to be inspiring a lot of people. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. And you have been a loyal viewer of these streams. You have been a very loyal supporter. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot. Someone said we better carry this over next round. I really hope so. I hope we do. I'll say congrats on 40K. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Thank you to everybody who's been saying that. If I missed you saying that, I apologize, but it means a lot. It really does. Someone said, I still remember when the Hawks beat us 4-1 in the playoffs. Everything points to this being the year. I really hope so. I really do, in fact, hope so. This was definitely a nice little taste of revenge for Atlanta, taking them down 4-1 like that. Not taking them down 4-1, 4-2, excuse me. But this was nice. This was a win they needed. So I'm glad they were able to get the job done. Someone said, love your posts. Always get updates from you. Thank you. I do appreciate that a lot. Someone said I was low-key worried that they were going to get bounced in the second half, that they were going to bounce back in the second half and do another 1-point win. Look, they were down 47 at halftime. If they would have managed to even come back to make that a 25-point game, that would have been considered a comeback. So, I was not worried in the slightest. That game was over. Like that game was sealed. Someone says Sohan really isn't that bad. He started last year averaging 11 points. He honestly could be a solid second stringer. No, he's really not that bad. I mean, it's just a matter of the numbers game. That's why he's not playing, but he's at least a serviceable weapon we can have if like a guy goes down or we need a spark elsewhere. At least we know we can trust him. Someone said OG Anunoby, all caps. Yeah, and OG was fantastic. And OG really wasn't just fantastic tonight. He was fantastic all series. You could even argue he was the team's best player this series. OG Anunoby was terrific. He's been awesome. So, shout out OG Anunoby, man. He's been on a roll. Just a terrific player. Honestly worth every penny right now with the way he's been playing. And I really hope he ends up getting on an all-defense first team. I really hope they give him that. Someone said Hawks gave up after that first half. I would say the Hawks gave up after the first time out in the first quarter. The Hawks were up 9-5 in the first quarter early. It looked like it was going to be a competitive game. I don't know what happened after that. The Knicks literally went on like a 39-4 run or something like that. That's some insane figure. I guess the Knicks took that start to exception. It was a 9-0 run by the Hawks. I'm looking at it right here. So get this. The Hawks went on a 9-0 run early in the first quarter, right? And I'm looking at this on the Real Sports app. From the 6:55 mark of the first quarter to the 9:06 mark of the third quarter, so that's nearly 2 whole quarters, the Knicks were on an 87-27 run. They outscored the Hawks by 60 in a 2-quarter span. By 60. If you're Quinn Snyder, the Atlanta Hawks head coach, and your team is getting bludgeoned that badly, and you're down 60, and you call timeout, what do you even tell them? What are you supposed to say to those guys? Are you supposed to try to motivate them to come back and be like, all right, guys, come on, let's come back now? Are you supposed to do that? Or are you just going to be like, all right, guys, good season, we tried? What do you even say if you're Quinn Snyder? What do you think that locker room is sounding like right now? That's what I want to know. That locker room is probably quiet. That Atlanta Hawks locker room got to be. I really wish I had that. See that's a moment where I wish I had that kind of access because if I had that kind of access, I would really want to know what that locker room sounds like right now. Unfortunately, I do not have that kind of access though. Someone said, what was said at halftime? What do you even tell your team at halftime? They were down by 47 points at halftime. What do you even say? Can you even say anything? I mean, I think the Dyson Daniels ejection probably said it all, really, about just the mood that Hawks team was feeling. I mean, they basically scored 7 points in an entire quarter's length of time, if you really look at it deeper. It took the Hawks about 5 minutes in the second quarter just to even get points. So, yeah. Shout out Mitchell Robinson though, standing on business. He wrote that on his socks in game 2, and everyone made fun of him for it because the Knicks ended up blowing that game. But hey, he stood on business. He stood on business tonight. He was not messing around, and Obviously, I wish I don't want a guy getting ejected and then of course suspended, but um, yeah. Someone just asked who we giving belt to next. Well, it could end up being Philadelphia. Um, they just beat Boston, and now there's going to be a game 7 between those two teams on Saturday. So there is a very good chance now that we end up playing Philadelphia. But personally, I believe Boston will bounce back and win game 7. But I also acknowledge that in game 7, anything can happen. I mean, I'm stunned right now that series is going 7. I thought that series was going to end in 5 for sure. I thought there was no chance that Philadelphia was going to be forcing Boston to game 7. So, we'll see what happens. That's going to be a game to watch, but luckily for the Knicks, they now have a couple of days off because that series is going to 7. So, they won't be playing again until Monday, and now they'll also have a rest advantage. So, um, Knicks are in a good spot right now. Someone asked, "Where's the Hawks fan that was in here after Game 3?" Good question, but I actually like that guy. He was not. He was. He was trolling some of you guys, I know, but he wasn't. Trust me, I've dealt with worse fans on here. Okay, so I actually like that guy. I don't even want to. I don't even want to be too mean to that guy. If he is in fact watching the stream, I don't know if he is watching the stream right now. He could be. I don't know if he is though. If you are, feel free to comment that you are. Um, and even if you're not that specific Hawks fan I'm referring to, if you're a Hawks fan, feel free to comment. I would love to hear what you guys got to say about this. Actually, I actually want to hear more about what Hawks fans think about this right now. The Knicks fans. Obviously for us this was fantastic, but I want to know how Hawks fans are feeling because that's a disgusting loss for Atlanta. Someone said thoughts on KD and his situation with Houston. Good question. I mean, that is a very that's an interesting situation. And I just that Rockets team just feels so like I don't want to use the word disconnected, but like it doesn't feel like a unified group. It kind of feels like a team of just like talented guys kind of thrown together and expected to play well with each other, but um it just isn't working. I mean, I know they've won the last 2 games and can easily make that a series, but um that's a bit of a dysfunctional group. I think the KD burner stuff could be playing a part in that, of course, but even aside from that, that team has underperformed all year. So, um, I don't know. That's a situation I'm thankful that our team is not dealing with. So, um, yeah. Someone said Tatum might not play Game 7 calf injury. Is that true? Did Tatum get hurt? I didn't watch. I did not watch the. I did not watch the Celtics game. I'll be honest. I didn't watch it because I mean it was on at the same time as the Knicks, and I was so focused on providing you guys with updates. So if somebody could update me in here in the chat if that Tatum comment is true. Someone just said he did. So Tatum really got hurt? How serious was it? How serious was the injury if you guys know? Um was it like bad? Like did he get taken out or was it like just like a small thing, like a Josh Hart type thing? Went back to the locker room in the third quarter. Did he come back out after that? Just looked like a tweak, to be honest. Nothing too bad. Okay. I mean, it's game 7. I would imagine he's going to try to play if he's able to. But hearing the word calf injury, considering he came back from the Achilles tear, is definitely alarming. So we'll see how the Celtics play with that. We'll see. Someone just said respect from Ecuador. Shout out you guys. Shout out the Ecuadorians. Anybody who is all these other ethnicities and stuff in the chat, wherever you guys are from, everybody is welcome. Someone said the trolls have entered the chat. Are we really surprised? Yeah, I trust me. I see the person who keeps commenting, "Let's go Celtics." I see you, and I'm not choosing to acknowledge your comment, but I just did now. But hey, you're allowed to say it all you want. Just hope you guys don't lose in Game 7. That's all I'm gonna say. Because we've had a Pistons fan. I don't know if he's watching this. There's been a particular Pistons fan who loves to comment on our stuff, and don't get me wrong, I love the engagement, but he likes to comment Cade gifts a lot. And he He's allowed to do it all he wants. Knicks and Pistons don't exactly like each other. Um, but I just hope you guys don't lose to Orlando though. Maybe not a good time to talk that heavily when you guys are battling in elimination games with Orlando. Um, just a thought, but you know, I'm a Knicks fan and we haven't won anything in 53 years, so I can only um talk so much. Someone said, "What if the Celtics blow a 3-1 lead?" It's possible, though. I do think they'll win Game 7. Someone said Celtics going to be gone just like Detroit. If the Celtics and the Pistons both go out in the first round, that's easily one of the most stunning first round upsets in league history. I would even argue the biggest. Um, I already think the Magic possibly taking down Detroit is setting up to be one of the biggest first round upsets individually in NBA playoff history. Um, nevertheless, nevertheless, possibly both the 1 and 2 seed going out in the first round. That'd be remarkable. That'd be remarkable. Someone said Tatum left during the third quarter, but returned with ice on his leg, but not to the game. So there's definitely something to monitor then if he didn't come back in the game. But maybe he'll be okay for Game 7 and they just didn't want to push him. I don't know. Someone asked, do I think Orlando closes Detroit out tomorrow night? I honestly do. I think they win tomorrow night. I don't think Detroit can win in Orlando. And like I said before, if Orlando shoots the ball as well as they did in Game 5, despite them losing, I think they'll win that game, even though they won't have Franz Wagner again. Someone said, "Let's go Jets." We are Giants. I am a Giants fan, sir. We are not Jets fans. At least I'm not. I'm sure some of you viewers are, but I'm not a Jets fan. I am a Giants fan, my good sir. Someone said, I'll be back. I'm going to go do some investigating on Tatum. If you find out any information, please feel free to come back and let me know, because I would love to know what's going on with that. And I'll also try to keep my eyes peeled for that. Jackson Dart has so much aura. Hey, if you guys are Giants fans, please go follow Fireside Giants. Anthony and Alex do a fantastic job over there. Those guys are awesome. They post Giants content every single day. They do an amazing job over there. So if you guys are Giants fans and you aren't aware about Fireside Giants, go follow them. Go give those guys a follow. Knicks, Yankees, Giants. Yep, that's me. Knicks, Yankees, Giants right here. We also have Fireside Yankees. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about them. But if you don't, go give them a follow. Those guys also do a fantastic job. Someone asked, do I think the Knicks should maybe look at signing Jonathan Kuminga if the Hawks don't re-sign him? Nah. No, because he's going to want a lot of money. And I'm not overpaying for Jonathan Kuminga, especially after the stinkers he just put up in the last 3 games. I am staying far away from Jonathan Kuminga. Far away from him. Someone said this game got to be considered a war crime against the city of Atlanta. I know, right? I mean, this was a bludgeoning. This was embarrassing. I can't believe they did him this badly. That's remarkable. Someone said, imagine paying at the very least like $10,000 for your courtside seats just to watch them get absolutely obliterated. I know. That's oof. Someone asked who's winning the West. I'm gonna say Oklahoma City, but I could also see San Antonio winning the West too. So someone said they're a Knicks, Yankees, and Steelers fan. Why a Steelers fan, if you don't mind me asking? Is being a Knicks fan in Arizona valid? I'm a Knicks fan in Florida. So yeah, absolutely it's valid. Four down, 12 to go. Yep, absolutely. Hey, there he is. There's the Hawks fan. He said, job well done, New York. I appreciate that. I respect you. Knicks fans, don't act like y'all wasn't scared after game 3. Oh, we definitely were, bro. We 100% were. _1 Sterling. That's the Hawks fan who, for those who don't know, that's the Hawks fan who's been in some of these streams during this series. And he just said, much love, Knicks. Celtics will whip y'all for sure. No, but respect to you though. I mean, you gave me some friendly banter across the series. Um, I feel bad that your team got smacked this bad, kind of, but you get the point. Um, you know, I'm sorry to hear your team got smacked this bad, but I still respect you for tuning into a Knicks page's streams and um you know being banterish but not being like overly annoying because we obviously will have some fans that do that, but I respect you. I respect you. So GG's to you, my friend. Someone said at least we have the Braves. That same Hawks fan. Yeah, the Braves are doing really well. So there you go. At least you have a good team to root for the rest of the summer. Um, so somebody said I can't believe Kenny Smith compared the Hawks to last year's Thunder after their Game 3 win. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot about that. He said that, and the Hawks did not win a single game after that. And they didn't even win in single. None of the games were single digit deficits either. Um, Yikes, Kenny. Someone said I was trying so hard not to laugh watching the Knicks game today. Dude, you should have seen me when they went up 72-22. I was dying laughing. I'm sorry. I wasn't even trying to not laugh. I was dying laughing. Um that was honestly hilarious. Um when Mikal Bridges threw down that alley-oop dunk, and then even out of halftime when Mikal Bridges scored like 8 straight points out of the half, I was laughing. I was like, what is going on? I've never seen I've seen the Knicks have some dominant wins this year and sometimes over the years, but um I was not expecting what happened tonight. That's up there for the one of the most unexpected turn of events um that I've seen. Someone said I'm a Bills, Knicks, and Mets fan. Shout out you. Shout out you. All New York teams. You must go through a lot of heartbreak though. I am praying for your blood pressure. Um, because that sounds like a lot of heartbreak. But hey, I respect the loyalty though. Someone said, "Did I see Shaq putting on a Hawks hat after Game 4?" I actually did not see that, but I believe it 100%. That is also another great look. Not a bad look, excuse me. Why did I say great look? That's a bad look. Someone said Game 6 Mikhail is a real thing, just like Game 6 Clay. Apparently. uh, he sure looked like Game 6 Clay tonight. Someone said Quinn Snyder was definitely in the locker room at halftime. It was nice knowing you boys. I will not be seeing you guys next year. Imagine. That was yeah. I don't even know what Quinn Snyder's supposed to tell his team at that point. When you lose that badly, what do you even say? How are you supposed to move on? I don't I don't know what they're supposed to do when they get smacked around that badly. That's yeah, that's not good. Big props to McHale, man, staying with it. No, he was great. He was great. I can't. I look. I've you guys know I've had my complaints about McHale all the time, um, and I've criticized him a ton. I've probably criticized him too many times, for you guys, but um, he was great tonight, and he really deserved a bigger shout out than everybody else tonight, just because he absolutely needed a game like he had tonight. Um, Everybody deserves a shout out when you win a game by 50, but um, Mikal Bridges needed a game like tonight. 24 points, 10 of 12 at plus 40. He looked aggressive all night long. Um, and the defense he put on this series was incredible. I got to be honest. As bad as his offense was in some of these games this series, I cannot overlook the fact that his defense was just terrific all series long. He is a big reason why Nickeil Alexander-Walker was basically taken out of this series entirely. Um, he was great on defense, so I got to give him his props there. Um, the 0 point game still really stunk, but um, I'm glad he didn't let it affect his defense. And maybe I owe Mike Brown an apology for not benching McHale. It seems like that might have helped him gain some confidence back, and playing the reduced minutes might have helped him kind of understand that he needs to, play a much bigger role in this offense and in this scheme. And tonight he was great. Do I expect him to drop 24 again in game 1 in the second round? No, I don't. But I don't need him to do that. I need him to just be efficient on offense and provide great defense. And the last 3 games of the series, he did do that. So I can't really say anything. Somebody said that everyone stop asking about next year. Let's focus on the playoffs right now. I'm with you on this. And, you guys are more than welcome to ask about next year. But I'm not really thinking about who we're trading for or who we're signing until I have to have that conversation. I'm focusing on the playoffs right now because I firmly believe that with this group locked in, they can go far. I've always said it. It was never really about like the level of talent that they have. They are a very talented group. The problem is the mental. Can they lock in enough? And the last 3 games they locked in, and tonight they one of the top 5 lock-ins of all time tonight. That was incredible. So, I really there's not much I can really complain about these past couple games. Someone said, I think every Knick got a piece of that win. Oh, absolutely. Every single Knick who stepped on the floor tonight contributed in a positive way. Even the garbage time dudes. We can overlook the garbage time dudes pretty easily because they've only played in garbage time, but some guys are playing for spots. I mean, Landry Shamit's a guy who's out of the rotation currently. So his garbage time minutes were necessary. And, he only made 1 3. He was 2 of 5 in those 15 minutes he played. But sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you need to see something fall to get you going. And maybe he can be a useful weapon again later on in this playoff run. And same thing with like Jeremy Sohan. So even though those garbage time minutes mean nothing to the outcome of the game, the way those guys play does matter. Shout out Jose Alvarado. Someone said, yeah, shout out him. I mean, he only played 7 minutes tonight because he only needed to play 7 minutes. 3 points on 1 3-pointer, 2 steals, a plus 12. Plus 12 in 7 minutes. That's outstanding. I'm really pleased with the performance of every single Knick who came out there tonight. Every single one of them. I have no complaints about every single one. If you guys are new to these streams, by the way, like I've been saying, please follow Fireside Knicks and subscribe to the YouTube channel on all of our platforms. Follow us on all of our platforms. We just hit 40K followers on Instagram yesterday. You guys have been awesome with the support, just unbelievable. I mean, I still can't believe we even hit 40K. It almost don't feel real to me on a personal level, but you guys are the best community in the world. It means a lot to me. I'm so happy that I'm able to provide content to such a fantastic community like you guys. And to the loyal viewers of this stream, you guys have been awesome as well. Even to the new viewers, even if you only tune in for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, the fact that you even take your time out of your night or your afternoon whenever I do stream to tune in, it means a lot to me. So please continue to do that if you guys enjoy these. And please give us a follow. And please share this page with your friends, your family, anybody, Knicks fans, NBA fans. Do that. Someone's begging me to answer their questions, so I got you. This person asked me, would I rather Philly or Boston? I did just answer it a couple minutes ago, but I'll answer it again for you. I would rather Philly. I would. I think as much as I think we match up good against Boston, I would rather Philadelphia. I know Philadelphia has some talented players as well, but I think we can beat Philadelphia. Boston, I think, would be a little tough. I think Boston's better coached than Philadelphia, so there's my answer for you. Someone asked, who do you really think, though, is going to win that series? Which one? The Celtics and Sixers series, or if the Knicks play Philadelphia or Boston? Someone on YouTube also comments and said Celtics lose and we advance to the second round. Yeah, it's a great day. Great day. Great day for us Knicks fans. The Celtics Sixers series. I think Boston's gonna win that series. I do think Boston's gonna win Game 7 on Saturday. Um, but that's me literally just you know, guessing. Game 7 can literally go either way. So I would, if I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. In sports, we get proven wrong all the time. So yeah. And to the person who keeps saying fire Mike Brown, why are we saying fire Mike Brown after what just happened tonight? Bad time to say that. And if you're a Knicks fan and you still think you're still clamoring fire Mike Brown after tonight, maybe save that for another time, because tonight is definitely not the night to be clamoring for that. I thought Mike Brown did a great job adjusting in these last 3 games, actually. Someone said Knicks in 6. Yep, absolutely. Someone else said Philly might be an undercover tough one. No, definitely. It would definitely not be like a cakewalk. Never thought that. I didn't even think the Hawks would be a cakewalk. Even though really it should have been a sweep, but I did not expect a cakewalk. I actually predicted Knicks in 6 before the series, so I guess my prediction was accurate. Did I think this was how it was going to go though? No, I didn't. I didn't think they'd go down 2-1, but doesn't matter. They won the series. Someone said shout out the Yankees too. Yeah, no, shout out the Yankees. Yankees are rolling right now. They've been phenomenal to start the year. Those guys look prime position to cruise to the American League East, to be honest. But we'll see. We will see how that unfolds. Someone said, I want Boston since they wanted us. Yeah, I would like that. I actually would like Boston. I think it would be a competitive series. I think we can beat them. Someone said Milk Dudhead did great. Talking about Mike Brown. No, he's been great the last 3 games. I thought his coaching adjustments after game 3 were great. I really do. I thought he did a great job. I think he's done a good job managing Mikal's minutes, and I think he's done a good job at making sure the right personnel is on the floor at all times. We've seen a bit of no Brunson and no Cat lineups, but not as frequently as we did in game 2. So that's a good adjustment. Someone said, should the Suns trade Booker and where to? Devin Booker's contract is probably unmovable. I ain't gonna lie to you. Devin Booker's making a lot of money, so I don't know if they're gonna be able to trade him unless it's part of like a massive package or something. So, yeah, I don't know about that one. Someone said Philly and 7. What would be the better matchup, Boston or Philly? I was just talking about it. I was saying I think I would rather Philly, but I think they could beat either team. Bridges' comeback game. No, he was great tonight. Absolutely. Someone said, who's the king of New York, Brunson or Aaron Judge? Easily Aaron Judge. Easily. I love Jalen Brunson, but easily Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is like a top 2 player in his sport. Jalen Brunson's not in that same category. Jalen Brunson's awesome, but he's not in that same type of category. Aaron Judge is easily the king of New York. Easily. They're both really good, obviously, but Aaron Judge is easily king of New York. Easily. Someone mentioned because Judge isn't doing as well right now. Well, Judge does, I believe, lead the league in home runs right now. And even so, with his average being a little bit lower, it's Aaron Judge. He's going to turn it around. The guy's going to have like an unreal May or June, and then he'll be hitting the 300s again. So, yeah, easily Aaron Judge. Obviously, the playoff performances historically are different. Aaron Judge isn't exactly like a known playoff riser, although he did do really good in last year's playoffs. And Jalen Brunson, of course, is known to be a fantastic playoff riser, but I don't think that makes Brunson like a better player in his sport in comparison to Judge in his sport. Aaron Judge is easily like a top 2 player in the sport. I think the only player really who is better than Aaron Judge is Shohei Ohtani. So I'm easily taking Judge right there. Easily. I'm not even thinking twice about it. And that's as much as I love Jalen Brunson, but I got to keep it real with that. It'd be blind of me to say otherwise. So we play like this, we can beat anybody. Oh, I fully agree. This is the type of win that makes me feel good about their chances. Granted, the Hawks are not as good as the teams we're about to go up against, but still, This makes me feel a lot better. Someone said, would you pursue Giannis in the offseason? I mentioned this already, but I'm not going to talk too deeply about the offseason right now. We don't need to. We just advanced to the second round. We'll cross that bridge when it needs to be crossed. Right now, it don't need to be crossed. Right now, we can wait behind the markers. Someone asked Eli Manning or Melo. Oh, that's a good question, man. That's a good question because Carmelo Anthony was obviously fantastic, and he's in the Hall of Fame now. And Eli Manning, I believe, missed the Hall of Fame ballot, but Eli Manning did win 2 Super Bowls, so that's why I'm like so conflicted on which one. I guess historically it's Melo, but in terms of New York, that's a tough one. It is tough. I'll probably lean Melo just because of how good he was. It's just so hard because Eli Manning won those 2 Super Bowls. That's tough. That's a tough one. Making me think about that one a little bit. Honestly. Someone said Philly or Boston, who's easier? I personally think Philadelphia, but either or. I mean, I think either team's going to provide some tough matchups, and the Knicks need to adjust. It's a second round now. It's not going to be first round. Atlanta became food after Game 3, so we won't. There's a high chance that we will not be running into that in the second round. So, just keep it on. I'll probably stay on this stream for about another 5 to 10 minutes and then wrap things up. I did want to just come on here and give you guys my insight on the game, and of course, celebrate with you guys, you loyal Knicks fans or loyal NBA fans, who've been tuning into these streams regularly. You guys have been just awesome. Someone said I cannot wait to watch the Malik Neighbors comeback season. Yeah, I love Malik Neighbors, and I really hope he isn't too derailed from that injury, because that was a pretty serious injury he had, obviously. So, I really hope that he's gonna be like close to who he was before that happened. Someone said, who would have thought the Knicks would win their series before Boston? I know, right? I thought Boston was gonna win their series in 5 games. I really thought they were going to win that in 5. I did not think that series was going 7. I didn't think that series was going 6. Nevertheless, 7. Let me stop. That meme is so dead now. Someone said we will take Boston, Philly, whoever, it don't matter. Oh, I agree. I fully agree. I think we can beat either one of them. Someone said I have amazing eyes. I appreciate that. I do get told that a lot, so thanks. Someone said Knicks in 6 versus Philadelphia. Yeah, no, I agree. I actually do agree. I think I would predict that if that's who we end up playing. Someone said it's good that we're resting now. Oh, absolutely. It's good that we're getting some guys able to rest and be a little healthier. As I just mentioned, Josh Hart was banged up and was questionable for this game tonight with a back issue, and he still played, and he did great. He didn't look deterred by the back issue at all, but still, good to let that back heal. Good to let Brunson with the ankle, OG with the ankle, let those guys rest. Cat, I know, had like a calf issue in one of the games this series. Mitchell Robinson twisted his foot earlier in this game too. So I mean, let the guys get healed and rested. It's a good thing we have a couple of days off now. They won't be playing again until Monday, so we got some time. Someone said New York bias aside, Mobb Deep or Outkast. Tough one too, but I'll have to really think about that one. I like both of them though, but I have a handful of Outkast songs in my throwbacks playlist. They might get the edge just because I have some of their songs in there, but maybe I need to go back and listen to more of some Mobb Deep. Mobb Deep was obviously both of those groups were a little bit before my time, obviously, but I'll have to go back and listen, and I'll come back with an answer for you. Someone said I'm in MLB The Show right now. I'm playing for the A's, but we low key cooking. Oh, I play MLB The Show too, and I'm honestly a sweat at MLB The Show. I don't think any of you viewers want me in MLB The Show, want smoke. I'm just being honest. I I don't mean to flex, but I did beat the 37th ranked player in the world a couple weeks ago during the weekend classic on MLB The Show. I walked him off. Off of Josh Hader too. So if you guys are MLB The Show players and you know how hard it is to hit off of that Josh Hader card, yeah, I did do that. So I'm a sweat. I wouldn't say I'm like no pro player in MLB The Show, but I'm definitely a sweat, and I'm a sweat at NBA 2K as well. So the game I'm decent at it, but I'm not super good. Like college football, I'm okay at it. I'm not horrible, but I'm not as good as the other two. A game I suck at though is Fortnite. I suck at Fortnite. I'm terrible at Fortnite. Someone said Sixers are better than the Celtics. I disagree. I don't think they're better than the Celtics. I think they're just hot right now. I don't think they're better than them though. Someone said that person said they play Road to the Show. I haven't played Road to the Show since I was a kid. When I was like 8 years old, I would make Road to the Show players and turn the sliders all the way up just so that I could hit tanks all day. I've been playing MLB The Show since I was a little kid. So someone said thoughts on the Dyson Daniels fight. It's just frustration that boiled from Atlanta. I'm sure they were just letting their frustrations out on the court. I mean, they were getting absolutely thrashed. So, it is what it is. I'm not even thinking about it. They were just frustrated because they were getting blown out, and I would be too. So, someone said I would get a Trae Young tattoo on my face for a Knicks championship. I'm gonna hold you to that one. If the Knicks, if you, I really want to set a bet with you, and I really want to say if the Knicks do win the title, that you have to go get a Trae Young tattoo. But someone said, or on my foot or left cheek. Maybe we'll reconsider then. I'll answer a couple more questions if you guys do have any or anything you want to chat with me about, and then I will be wrapping this stream up very soon. We've been streaming for almost an hour. Please, if you haven't already, follow us on all of our platforms. We are on to the second round. This is a very exciting time. We're going to be giving you guys even more playoff content now. I cannot wait to do it. I can't wait to give you guys more coverage. I can't wait to do more streams, more reactions, all that stuff. I definitely will do a live stream in between now and game one just because there are so many days in between. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, just as I've been doing throughout this playoff run, I will be live after every single game in the postseason. So be on the lookout for those. Someone said these playoffs have been fire. No, they really have. These playoffs have been great. These have been one of the more intriguing postseasons in a minute. Been really fun. And I saw that it's these playoffs are like the most watched playoffs overall in the last like 33 years. I know the NBA likes to pull up those numbers every single year, but that's impressive considering that there's brand new broadcasting rights this year compared to years past. So, yeah, those numbers reflect it. Someone said, love your lives. Thank you. I do appreciate that a lot. I'm glad you enjoy these streams. I didn't start doing these streams more consistently until towards the end of the regular season. You guys enjoyed them. You guys had said you wanted streams after games, and I fulfilled your guys' wishes. And you guys have been crushing it with the support. So I'm glad I decided to actually take it up on that. Somebody said Mikhail is finally back. No, absolutely. Absolutely. He was great tonight. Someone said, yo, shout me out. Max _ Capone 15. Shout out you, man. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Someone said, who would I rather face, Boston or Philly? I've been getting that question a lot the entire stream. Look, I'm not being rude to you. You might have just joined the stream, so you don't know. But just to give you the short answer so I don't repeat myself for the people who have stayed the entire time, I would rather play Philly. I think we can beat Philadelphia with a lot easier than Boston. I do. I think Philadelphia is just hot right now. I stand firm on that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Someone said, keep going, man. Frill, you're the GOAT. I appreciate that, man. You especially, EQW underscore 1217, have been one of our most loyal supporters over the past, as far as I can remember. I don't exactly know how long you've known about this page, but that don't matter to me. Since you've been following it, at least you've been a very loyal supporter, and you've been in every single one of these live streams. So I really appreciate you for being around. You've been an awesome supporter. And to the rest of you guys as well. I mean, we have a lot of people here who have been tuning in regularly that that I haven't always given the same shout out for, but you guys know who you are, and you guys have been just as awesome. So none of this would be possible if it wasn't for you guys. Obviously, covering a team that's good helps, but it's more fun doing that than covering a team that's bad. But you guys have just been awesome. Even through wins and losses, through the bad stretches, through the good stretches, you guys have still been there supporting the page and supporting the content. So I really appreciate it. Someone said, I like this stuff. Keep it going. Thank you. I do appreciate that a lot. Anyways, though, guys, it is getting a little late now, and I've been streaming for about an hour. I think this is a good place for me to kind of end things here. Fantastic win tonight. No way around it. I mean, you win the game by 51 points. It's just outstanding. Terrific effort on both ends once again. Great way to finish off the series. They took care of business against Atlanta. Taking 2 games on the road in these last 3 games is outstanding and very encouraging for what's to come. We're still waiting on who we're going to get in the second round because Philadelphia ended up beating Boston tonight to force a Game 7. So the Knicks will be playing the winner of Game 7 between those 2 teams. Game 7 between Philadelphia and Boston is on Saturday. So expect a post at some point on Saturday once the matchup is confirmed. I will keep you guys informed for sure about that. Sometime between now and Game 1 on Monday, I will be going live to preview the second round. I'll probably do that once we have the matchup confirmed. I will preview I'll give you guys a preview stream. And of course, just like as I said before, what I did the entire first round will continue into the second round. I will be going live and doing these post-game instant reaction streams after every single playoff game. Win or lose, I will be coming on here. Whether they win by 50 or lose by 50 or lose by 1, win by 1, I will be coming on here live shortly after every single game with an instant reaction, possibly event session if they lose. But either way, looking forward to doing those, looking forward to doing more playoff content, providing it every single day for you guys. So if you guys are new to this page, please give it a follow. We provide all types of Knicks content every single day. We are very all-inclusive. We post memes, news, analysis, live streams like this. We do everything. So any type of content you're into, Fireside Knicks is the place to find it. So please follow us. And you can also follow me on Twitter at DylanBackerESM, both on Twitter and Instagram, same username at DylanBackerESM. We just hit 40K followers on the Fireside Knicks Instagram, as I've said a couple times. And once again, real quick before I end it, thank you guys again so much. It really does mean a lot. It's still surreal the amount of growth we have experienced over the past 2 seasons since we essentially started relaunched this page, relaunched the podcast, and transformed our social media. The growth has been unreal, and it's all because of you guys. So keep it up, please, and share this with your friends, share it with everybody because we have bigger goals in store. 40K is amazing, and I'm super grateful for that, but we want even more. We have bigger goals in mind, and we have even more exciting content on the way that I think you guys will enjoy. Anyways, I am out of here. I will be taking off for the rest of the night. For you guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Fantastic win tonight. Go celebrate. Don't party too hard though. If you're outside MSG, if you're by 7th Avenue, don't party too hard. Do not try not to climb on a pole, on a telephone pole or anything like that, or a light pole, whatever. Don't fall on it. Be safe out there. But please, enjoy your night. Celebrate. It's a very good night tonight to be a Knicks fan. So enjoy it. Anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Peace out. Let's go Knicks, and I will see you guys in the second round.